Students, welcome to our geography class. With the previous video, we had started the sixth chapter of geography, importance of the ocean. Today, we will continue the same chapter. In the previous video, we learned about salinity of ocean water, solvents, salt, and other minerals obtained from the oceans, fish and other marine animals, nearness to sea, continuity, and temperature. Students, I hope all of you have gone through the video, solved the assignment, and also understood the concept taught in it. Today, in this video, we will understand the further part of the lesson, that is pressure belt and winds, ocean currents, water cycle. These 3 points we will cover in this today's video. So let's get started. The first point, pressure belt and winds. Equatorial regions get perpendicular sunlight, receives more heat, and polar regions receive less sunlight and therefore less heat. I want you all to see in this diagram, this is our sun, this is our sun and this is our earth. Earth receives sunlight from the sun. You can see over here, the shape of the earth is curved. That is, the shape of the earth is oval, it is not straight. Therefore, the sun rays that is received or falls on the earth are not straight. All the areas you can see over here, some areas receive direct sunlight or 90-degree sunlight. That means it is called perpendicular sun rays. The equatorial regions on the earth, that is the center of the earth, receives direct sunlight of the earth, whereas as we move towards the polar regions, it becomes lesser and lesser. That means all the equatorial regions or center of the earth receives perpendicular, also called as direct sunlight of the sun, and therefore over here it is extremely heat, it is very hot. As we move towards the polar regions over here, the sun rays becomes shorter and shorter, therefore in the polar regions it is extremely cold. This differences in the heat creates different amount of temperatures in the air. As I said just now, the equatorial regions get direct sunlight of the sun. Because of that reason, the temperature over here is extremely high. As you go towards the polar regions, the temperature becomes cold because the sun rays do not fall straight or they fall in less amount. This forms pressure belts, high and low pressure belts on the earth. So because the temperature is different, on the equatorial region the temperature is very high. Similarly, on the polar regions, the temperature is very, very cold. Because of the different amount of temperatures on the earth, there is different types of pressure belts form on the earth. Those are high pressure belts and low pressure belts. Winds blow in different pressure belts are called as planetary winds. Wind means air or hawa that is moving. So, because of this pressure belt, different amount of winds are blowing on the earth. Those are called as planetary winds. Ocean currents. I'm sure all of you must have ever seen an ocean, and this is how the water in the ocean keeps on moving because of the wind on the seashore. That is called as ocean currents. Planetary winds move the ocean water in form of currents. So because of the wind, the water in the ocean moves, which is called as currents. Ocean currents are of two types, warm ocean current and cold ocean current. Let us understand the meaning of warm ocean current and cold ocean currents. Warm ocean current means these currents move from equatorial regions to polar regions. All the ocean that move, currents that move from equator of the earth to the polar regions, it is extremely warm. Why? Because we learned just now the temperature is always extremely high. So because of that reason, the ocean current that move from the equator to the polar regions are called as warm ocean currents, and vice versa, opposite is cold ocean currents. These currents move from polar regions because over here temperature is very cold. So the winds that blow from polar regions to the equator are called as cold ocean currents. Ocean currents flowing from equatorial regions to polar regions increase the temperature of the polar regions. Because the temperature at the equatorial region is extremely high, All the ocean currents that move from equator to polar regions, when they are warm ocean currents, so when they move to the polar regions, they change the temperature, and the temperature at the polar region becomes little high. Similarly, when the ocean currents flowing from polar regions to equatorial regions, it reduces the temperature of the equatorial regions. That means when the cold ocean currents move from polar regions to the equatorial regions, they change the temperature of the equatorial regions. That is the reduce. That is, the temperature becomes little cold at the equatorial regions. Let us understand the most important concept we have learned in a previous standards, water cycle. I'm sure all of you all know what is the meaning of water cycle. Let's quickly revise it. We know the water in the ocean is in the more amount or the larger amount. Because of the sunlight, the water in the ocean or in the seas, it gets heat, it gets hot, and because of that, the vapors takes place. These vapors, they go up in the clouds in the sky, and over here they form the water. This water again comes back on the earth in form of rainfall or snowfall. Because of that reason, again through the waterfalls or the rivers or the streams, these water again get back to the ocean or in the sea. That is called as water cycle. Water cycle. Oceans have vast expanse, therefore huge amount of vapors get created. I just said just now, because of the sunlight, the water in the ocean gets heated faster, which creates vapors in a huge amount. Oceans become source of rainfall because the water, the vapors goes up in the sky. In the clouds, it forms the clouds. Rainfall, it comes down in the form of a rainfall again on the earth. The rainwater flows through rivers, streams, and meets the ocean. Again, you can see the river again meeting the ocean or in the sea. The beginning and end of water cycle takes place in the oceans. Ocean, one of the important reason for us to get rainfall on the earth. Let's revise what we learned. In this video, we learned about pressure belts and winds, ocean currents, and water cycle. Students, I hope the video is clear to you. We will continue the next part of the lesson in the next video. Please watch the video and solve the assignment. Thank you.